I only just realized this was a Marvel. Oh, it was! It was Loki versus the Avengers! Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know. Oh my god, this is the alternate universe where Loki wins, mate. What happens? Avengers, they just didn't have a wall. Oh god. Meanwhile, here we go. We are diving into our second series of the night and our second time on Pride of Altaris LE. And here in the bottom right hand corner, we have our Mexican Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of Latino America, representing Infernales Esports. It is Pacomike. Thank you for the bits, ARJ Skater. Thank you, thank you. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pride of Altaris LE, we have the God of Mischief himself, the Red Zerg player. Somehow, someway, he influenced the mind of the Avengers, and they left their door open in the previous game. We have representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is it is Loki. Gold on this map. For context, Eric took the gold on this map versus Pacomike yesterday. I'm just letting Gustavo know. The gold. As we're getting into this, and yeah, for those who weren't here yesterday, there are some gold bases on this map, and yesterday Eric went for a very aggressive opener with a gold base behind it, and Pacomike never scattered it. Eric took the gold as his natural. It was crazy. And Pacomike was just left in the dark, and as you can imagine, Eric did win the series, but as we can see here, Pacomike did watch the VOD or watch the replay, and he realized, oh, the gold. It's aye. So next time, I'm sure he will check. As so far, everything is pretty standard. You know, Loki, he actually got his natural base up and running. Happy to log into TL and see a CranKy Ducklings cast going on. Yo, thank you, Air Orange. Gracias. Oh god. At the moment, I am solo casting, but I will be joined later on by Ducklings. Oh boy. And we do have a Stargate opening coming out from Pacomike. Again, right now it's on Loki to really do something special here. Like, it's understandable, especially in game 1, if Loki decides to play straight up against a pro player. But again, Pacomike is the best Protoss that Latin America has to offer. So, Loki, mate, you gotta go like Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan... you gotta go Ultra Instinct, mate, if you want to take out Pacomike. Jesus Christ. We'll see if he can. I was trying to think if there was like a Super Saiyan version of Loki, and I don't know enough about Loki. I know there was like a female Loki, and like a child Loki, and God King Loki, I don't know. High Father Loki, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see as we have 14 lings on the way. Oh my god, Loki has finished droning up 4 now. Oh, he's pulled the boys. Oh my god. Eventually these adepts are going to be dealt with, and with all these lings, Loki can go across the map and deny a third base, but as we can see, there is no third at the moment. We see additional gateways. 4 gateways are thrown down to accompany the 5th that we have already made, and we see Glaive Adepts. The classic Pacomike Stargate into Glaive Adepts. Loki needs to scout this. He doesn't just need to scout this, he needs to scout this, and he needs to respond with a Roach Warren. If he does not get a Roach Warren up and running, mate, he's dead. The Void Ray does get pushed away by these queens. Loki being a little bit greedy, cutting corners and avoiding spores, but you know, he gets away with it. He is able to push away that Void Ray. We see a Baneling Nest on the way. Ugh. Risky. Very risky move here. Obviously with Banelings, you can kind of force your opponent not to commit to shades if the Banelings are on top of the shade, for example. Loki could be looking to maybe Bane bust his opponent. was he is at least denying the third base. But Glaves is about to finish up, and this is going to be a lot of adepts. And there are not going to be banelings ready for this. This is going to hit like a truck, and this may just end the game. Loki, he still doesn't know. He still has no idea what's coming his way. As the adepts are shading across the map, he doesn't even have control of the watchtower. Oh, God. And, you hate to see it. Finally, the adepts have been spotted. Now Loki's in full panic mode. He makes a massive wave of lings. The queens are being repositioned. We have banelings being morphed in, but is it too late? The adepts actually don't commit to the shade. Oh my god, Pacomike is taking his time. And because of that, the banelings finish. They're gonna be ready. Once again, he doesn't commit to the shade. A lot of these drones are so vulnerable here. Oh my god. They're being targeted down left and right at the same time. The Void Ray is going ham in the main. Now Loki's being punished for not making those spores. Ay, ay, ay. So without those spores, the Void Ray is just going ham. It looks like finally these adepts are going to be dealt with. The banelings are waddling in. They do connect. But 13 workers have gone down. 13 and counting. 20 in total. Oh my god. The adepts, they just don't stop. The banelings are gone. Again, this is all going to be cleaned up, but like it's already well worth it here for Pacomike. Even if this Void Ray dies. In total, 26 drones have gone down. Loki is going to try and go for a big counterattack with his lings, but we have plenty of adepts. Oh, God. He does commit with the counterattack, and yo, does he get in? He gets in! This is huge. This is the way that Loki comes back in this game. He splits up his lings, he hits the natural and the main base both at the same time. And with this, he's going to be able to equalize the damage. If it wasn't for this adept run by. If it wasn't for these adepts, then I'd be like, yo, Loki's back into this, but GG gets called. He has no answer to the adepts, and Pacomike takes the first game. Oh. GG. GG. Unfortunately, Loki, he just didn't have a lot of scouting information. To be fair, it's hard. It's hard to scout your Protoss opponent when they open up with a Void Ray because they kill your Overlord. So you have to rely on either slipping in with your Lings for another scout, or getting pneumatized Carapace, going in with a Speed Overlord, or taking up into a faster lair and getting an Overseer. You know, you have to try and do something to scout your Protoss opponent, because being in the dark like that, we see what happens sometimes if you be greedy and skip the Roach Warren and go straight into Ling Bane. Oh. GG. Loki punished for his greed there in game 1, but we'll see. We'll see if he can do something in game 2. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 12 pull again. I would not be surprised. We shall see. Meanwhile, at the same time, I'm also trying to I gotta spam a couple of things. There we go. Beautiful. Wake it up, Starduck. Even though he's already awake. And here we go. I also want to see the winner of this series goes up against Chorocadlo, right? Yeah, that it does. Meanwhile, Special is already waiting in the semifinals. Depending on the speed of the upper half of the bracket, it's possible that we cast this series and it's possible that we cast this series and go straight into the upper semifinals, because semifinals do take precedent. They do take priority. So even though I would like to follow the winner of this series into Chorocadlo, we may just have to go straight into Special versus Cham, because They may already be waiting. Can't keep them waiting. Can't keep them. But yeah, Special. He's got a lot today. Because I imagine Special is looking to play in this tournament and then go straight into ESL Open Cup Asia. So we may be getting like double Juanito, you know? Double Dorito. As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the best Protoss in all of Latino America representing Infernales Esports. It is Pacomike. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent, the Chilean Zerg player representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Loki. Oh boy. Not going for a 12 pool. Going for a hatch first. Bold. Very bold. I have to wonder what is going through his mind right now. What is he going to try and do against Pacomike? We did see him be a little bit unorthodox and go Ling Bane last game. Are we going to see more of that? Is he going to be playing more standard? Are we going to see a Roach Warren instead? Yeah, like what are we going to be seeing here? So far, it's just a hatch gas pool. Nothing crazy, nothing out there. And Pacomike just going for his Gateway Expand. Interesting. Interesting. Being a little bit greedy here, delaying his Cyber Core, delaying his wall as well. But, I mean, he's free to do so because he did go for a Probe Scout and he confirmed the hatch first. So he's like, you know what? I can just get my Nexus up. It's all good. It's all Gucci. Speaking of this map as well, Hardwire, unfortunately, no gold bases. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. We do have those cleaner bots though, and yeah, I mean they do serve their own purpose. Especially, I'm sure Turkey Dano is a little bit upset at this. I'm sure Starduck is as well. They do mean it's a little bit more awkward to be aggressive and to cannon rush behind the mineral line like this, especially in PvP. Sometimes even in PvZ. Sometimes, not too often though, because of this. So mainly in PvP. So yeah, it does come into play. Same with when it comes to the critters here at the natural base as well. It's just really interesting how it feels like a lot of the map makers came together, and especially for this season, like the majority of the maps, the new maps, they have critters in like every single base. It's insane. They all just came together and agreed on this. Shocking, mate, shocking. As you do see the first adept of Pacomike across the map. This one does not get surrounded by slowlings, thankfully, as we have seen in the past, especially when it comes to Avenger. And, ooh, Pacomike actually decides to go for an Oracle first, not a Void Ray. Interesting, interesting. So he doesn't care about being scouted, he wants to deal damage. He wants to be as aggressive as possible. And I don't blame him, especially after game 1. Oh boy, hopefully Loki can scout this and hopefully he respects the Oracle. Hopefully he actually gets spores this time. If you remember, last time he avoided spores completely, relying on nothing but queens to defend. Speaking of, the adepts actually commit to the shade, they'll be able to focus down 3, maybe 4. Oh, one of us. 4 drones go down. Oof. At least the adepts were dealt with, but in comes the follow-up Oracle, and this has finally been scouted by the Lings, but it's a little bit too late. We need some queens. We need some spores. Spore finally. It just starts as a response. We do have the second queen on the way, but it's a little bit too late, and the Oracle will be able to get even more damage. Oh my god. And the Oracle even escapes. How? 7 HP. The second Oracle is on the way. Thankfully, we don't have a third. Otherwise, it may just be too much. The second Oracle is headed towards the natural base. There's a Spore. Queen pops out just in time. But there is no Spore at the third. Oh no, another 4 drones. Up! Up! He gets 3, he gets 4, and he gets away. He even gets a larva. Oh god, that's the worst part, is that the oracles are still alive, which means knowing Pacomike, he's gonna dip in and stasis ward the main base. We have just continued economic damage here, and from here Pacomike is transitioning into Charge Lot Archon. And honestly, Lingbane isn't bad. It is not bad against Charge Lot Archon. You know, just Roach Lingbane would be better. So hopefully Loki is able to get eyes on this, because despite there not being a Void Ray and not being a Stalker, like, Pacomike has 0 anti-air right now. 0 anti-air. There is no reason for this Overlord not to go into the main base and scout. Like, Loki is he just sees nothing. He's just blind. He's preoccupied dealing with the oracles and dealing with the stasis and defending against the adepts. He's so busy dealing with all of this that he doesn't scout his opponent, and now the Zealots are just walking across the map. Thankfully, we do have defensive banelings. And yo, the banelings, they can just run into they can just run in. Up. Not bad. Not bad at all. We have a couple of High Templar. Yo, he immediately targets down the High Templar, but they do get saved by Pacomike. Nice micro there. Keeping them alive just in time. Picking them up just in time, I should say. And that's it. That's just it. GG. Loki knows that he doesn't have enough at home to defend against Charge Lot Archon, and Pacomike takes the series. GG, Pacomike, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Pacomike. He moves on to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, it is time to refresh that bracket and see where Cham is.